Hello. So, back to the airline situation. It seems to be heating up with every day that goes by. I'm hoping that as news continues to come through and advocates keep on popping up and situations keep on popping up and people keep on writing about it, that this will really push things through. Now, there's a few things happening. One of them is very interesting, at least here in the United States. Not interesting. I think it's annoying and disgraceful. But there are people who want to get on the plane first, and they just want to hurry up, and they want to get ahead, you know? So what are they doing? They're using wheelchairs or requesting the use of a wheelchair. So now we have people who don't need wheelchairs at all, have no conditions that justify using a wheelchair and getting on the plane first. So I have no idea how the airlines are going to handle this one, but that one just is a slap in the face, you know. And they might not care. They might say, well, you do it. You know, it's like I have a condition. I'm in a wheelchair 24/7. So it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier. And the airlines are going to have to figure out what they're going to do. From redesigning their planes to loading wheelchair users last to see if that helps people not to fake it, to make it, you know. So it's pretty crazy in the airports. And I realize the airports are big and the distances are long and the crowds and everything else. But you start faking it, then you're going to force the system to do something else, you know. And it's just very irritating. But so that's what we're going through here in the United States. In England already, there was I guess this is a show or a program in the UK, but it's called Loose Women. So don't ask me what it's about. I have no idea. But from this program called Loose Women, Sophie Morgan demands aviation changes for disabled after wheelchair destroyed on flight. So she was on a flight, and when she got to the other end, of course, her wheelchair was broken. So then we know this is happening all the way around the world. It repeats itself a million times. And here in the United States, in England, it's no different. So this Sophie Morgan launched the Rights on Flights campaign after a wheelchair was returned from the plane hold broken. So she is on a roll with that. And this is in the UK. So she's going after them. She's using her platform and her fame and game to raise her voice. And she's done this before. It says, Loose Women's panelist and disability advocate, age 36, who is paraplegic, is known for campaigning for inclusive and accessible travel. So she is popped up over there in UK and has some videos that she's put out. And of course, I've been putting out mine. But here in the United States, interestingly enough, because I'm going to throw this out here because I think it's important. I've supported it, but there's this program called a National Disability ID, and they're trying to pass it through the legislation so that people with disabilities, with any needs, blind, deaf, with mobility or dexterity issues, can use this ID to get through the airports. Now, I would say I purchased this to support the program because they're just starting. So I would say that they'll have to put maybe some restrictions on it, like you'd have to present a letter from your doctor stating that you have XYZ. I don't even know my alphabet today, to get this card. And on the other side, it has your full name, it has a QWERTY, it has your picture, and it says ID owner indicates they have a disability and may need assistance or accommodation. So there's always a way to break a system, always. But I want you to be able to see it clearly. So this is being, put out there, And I supported it and purchased one. Right now you can just purchase them. But I don't want people running out there who don't have disabilities purchasing them. That's ridiculous. And there's always a way to break a system, always. So even if we put this in place, there might be people who can scoot around the system or who can break the system. I don't know. But we need something in place to tell the fakes from the real people. You know what I mean? Either at the airport you need to request one with a letter from your doctor, something. I don't know. But we really need to, we're requesting the airlines to help us out. So we need to do our little piece also to help them out. And I'm not sure what that is. But this card might be an answer. They're trying to pass it so that it is used nationally. So this would be, a help to the airlines, I think. If you don't have this, forget it. You don't get a wheelchair. So I don't know what the answer is yet. But I think the situation, what's good about this is that it's heating up, from the negativity, with the negativity, good things can happen. When bad things happen, good things can come out of it. So that's what I'm saying, about all this. It's complicated. It's not easy, but you have a role to play. We have a role to play. The airlines has a role to play, but we all got to put our heads into it and find a way to make this better for everyone. So whether it's a national ID for people with disabilities, whether it is a airport ID that you have to apply for and get a letter from your doctor and all that kind of stuff, and probably have a fee to it so that it is less attractive to just jump in and grab it or request it. But truly, folks, if you don't have a need to use a wheelchair, please don't. It's just going to complicate the system, and they're going to screen you out one way or another. So don't do it. It just makes it more miserable for us who have disabilities and who do need the assistance in the airports to get from point A to point B. So if you have any points on this, any suggestions, anything you would like us to research or to reach out, a special person you want us to reach out to, let's do it, And I know that All Wheels Up here in the United States is working on this, and they have a large committee and people they've been in touch with, and I'll also look up and see what updates they have on the situation with us who use wheelchairs and traveling in airplanes here in the U.S. So hold on, and we'll get back to you. I am glad you found us. My name is Lisa, and this is Power Wheelchairs for Success. And this is a series in regards to wheelchairs and air travel here in the United States. We do touch on some countries elsewhere if there's news that pops up, but we do want to follow this because it has been heating up, and there's a lot more advocates and meetings and situations and phone calls and letters and everything is happening from right to left. So it's hard to kind of keep track of, but I thought if I ran a series, I would be able to keep you all up to date. So please feel free to like the series so it can spread around, so we can pull other people into it that would be interested, who could also contribute to the situation in a positive way, and that we could assist or push the airlines in a positive direction so they could help us travel with much more ease.